Welcome back to Ouscraft podcast, where we bring great minds together to interact and share our ideas by thinking differently. Once again, don't forget to like, share, comment, and tell everyone you know about this podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing a very delicate argument that has been ongoing, which is, are women more favored than men? Do women have more privilege than men do? Let's discuss. Mr. Famous, what's your take on gender inequality and the privileges men and women have?
Okay, well, thank you so much for the question. Now, if we are discussing gender inequality, whether women or men are more favored, I think it depends on the individual. For example, I found out that the character or the specific character of an individual is determined by the historical value or background. For example, a woman is being given birth, and then there have been this background and norm in the society that she is limited to do this, she's supposed to do this, she's supposed to do that. So, for me, this decision is not being made by a physiological or anatomical organ. We don't do that. So it's based on the historical background of that particular environment. So, for example, in Nigeria, for example, a woman, you know that as a woman, there are some things that you're not supposed to do. And even when you want to get married, if you get married, eventually get married, there are some things that you're not even supposed to do. That is based on the environmental background. Your society, that's what they believe in. So, at the end of it, all these men or women are more favored in the environment. I think it should be a personal idea. It should be a personal idea, because there are some places that you go to in the world. Let me say, for example, in US, you find out that women are more favored in some environment. That is because of their environmental background. So that mentality that men are more favored in the environment, I don't subscribe to that. So you can really make an impact, change your own kind of mentality in any place you are. Then you can successfully impact in the environment so that women can be thriving in that particular environment that they find themselves. So everybody is given opportunity to thrive in the side. Thanks.
So it's more like the value that you attain to yourself
Yes.
by being, if you're a man, because there are some men that don't really have value and they don't have privileges. So also because of your character or the environment or where you came from. So
that's why sometimes
basically environment brings the value of how we get privileges.
Yeah, that's why sometimes if you are too weak as a man, they call you a woman. Are you getting me? So that's what so you need to give yourself the value.
Okay.
So
you are stereotyping, Shah.
No, it's not like that. I'm trying to say the facts.
Okay, Mr. Precious, what do you think?
Okay, thank you so much. I think what we're focusing on is gender privilege. We are looking at what is the general concept, my general concept as regarding male and female. I think both will have advantage and disadvantage. So there are some privileges that have been accorded to women. There are some privileges that have been accorded to men.
Is it what you think?
So yes,
you are already saying they are, or what you think, because basically what you think.
Yes, that's what I think, and that is what I am seeing. What I'm seeing is what I'm saying, and there are some privileges being accorded to men. There are some privileges being accorded to women. In my own understanding, I don't necessarily see what we call gender inequality. What I'm seeing is gender specialization. There are some things that women are favored in. There are some things that men are favored in. So as we dive deep, we'll just get to know more. But my general view is that.
So you feel like there are some things women do more better than things, and there are some things that men do more better. Is that what you're trying to say? Because trying to help the viewers understand.
Yes.
Okay,
that's my view.
Okay, all right. Okay, it's argued by males that women are more favored, and vice versa. Now, we first of all said, is there any privilege? But now, do you agree that women are more favored, Mr. Famous?
I will not say so. I will believe that men are more favored. in one way or the other. You know why? Because men are not too emotional. So I believe, if you, like I said before, it is from the background. They have run these tests. They have passed through this process and found out that men are more focused. Are you getting to their work and activity? So they have found out that when it comes to being serious with actions, activities, and the rest, men are more direct, less emotional, and focused. So concern about giving them privileges in the society, men are being given the opportunity not because they want it, but because of the certain skills that they have due to their I will not use anatomy features or something. I think due to the kind of way their mind is wired. They're more disciplined to undertake tasks and finish it. I get it. Women are more emotional, so there are some tasks that they cannot do. So that is why men are more given the privileges. But in any ways, there are some women who have taken it upon themselves to be able to, build themselves. Are you getting me? That they can be given the opportunity, and then they will be distinguished. Sometimes they will section them into men. That men clue that yes, this girl is good, this man is good. So it depends on the way you carry yourself. But for me, men are more given the opportunity to specialize in society. Thank you so much.
Okay. Are women more favored than men? That's the question. So for me personally, I think men it's been on the setting like you talked about. But I think in Africa, or let's just narrow it down to Nigeria, men are more favored than women. Men are given more opportunity than women. And women, they have, our society has to some extent tied them up with more responsibilities. For example, if you're a young man and you are 25, you can still be looking at, oh, I'm still trying to understand myself. Then when you are 25 as a girl, people are looking at you, by now you ought to settle down. So I think the time frame given to women is lesser. By that, they are not given more privilege than male. Male are given more privilege to some extent. That's why I will look at it. In my own perspective, I think male are given more privilege than female.
So we have two different ideas here, and I pray the viewers able to work with it, because it said men are more favored because they are more disciplined. It said men are more favored because they have more time, right? Like they have more time to work on themselves, like to strive more better. Like women are limited.
In my own view, okay, let me just clarify it. His own view is because women are more, they possess some certain kind of discipline. For men, he said the reason why men are given more privilege is because they possess some discipline. And skills. For me, that's not my own reason. The reason why I believe that male are given more privilege is because of the societal structure. It's not because female cannot do what the males are doing, or male or females are more are less disciplined. Not because of they are more disciplined, but because that's the way society has structured it.
Okay. Now in Africa, both in business and politics, women are being relegated to lesser roles. What's your take? I think I asked a viewer this question. It was like, the time they gave woman a place in the Senate House, I don't really know. He said at time of Goodluck Jonathan, the woman used up to how many million to buy jewelries. So how do you expect? I don't know if you guys know that story, but me, I was surprised. I wanted to read on it. So do you think, because what's your take exactly? Because when you said that, I was really confused.
Well, for example, when you open a particular vacancy for job application, then at that time you don't know whether it's a female or a male that is coming for the work. But at the end of it all, you find out that for some particular kind of job, males are more being considered. Why? Because, like I said before, I get in, they have what it takes to handle the business, to handle whatever they are doing. Now, from the background check, like I said, women in a way, in this societal norm, this environment, this Africa, you are supposed to be at the background. Are you getting me? You're supposed to be at the back. You're not supposed to come out and express yourself. Mind you, if you start expressing yourself as a woman too much, you may lack, or we're not trying to say that, but you may lack some attribute of a woman when you get to a particular time. Let me say, for example, you want to get married.
Yeah.
They will feel that you are too outspoken. Are you not going to control your husband? Are you getting me? So we are relegated, according to this, you are relegated to stay put. Keep calm. Are you getting me? There are some features that you have in yourself that you may not bring about. So if in consideration, in general, are you getting me? There is an opportunity for male in the labor market than female. Are you getting me? So in my own thinking, for the female, even if they are not given the opportunity to express themselves, they should be able to carve out a path for them to thrive in the society. So that is my tip.
What about in politics? I think you.
No, why I will not discuss politics is that the politics is dominated by males. Are you getting me? And me, I will not even prefer that females should be. They can give the opportunity if they have shown the prowess to handle the office. But I believe that offices in the country, in Nigeria precisely, should be handled by males because they have what it takes to handle the office. Thanks.
So you agree that women should stay in lesser positions?
I think so, because they don't have the emotion to handle in decision making in government. It has to come do with life and death. Okay. And I believe women cannot undertake this kind of things.
Nice. I don't agree with that though.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, for me personally, like I stated, that I believe that both male and female have the capability to function. Now, the question is, why you are asking is, the question that you asked is, why is it that particularly in Africa that female are being relegated to lesser position, both in business and in politics? The thing is this: in Africa, we all have our own societal structure. The way we grow up in Africa is that male are to lead. That's the way we grow up in Africa. So no matter what we do, in as much as we are still trying to embrace civilization, we are still holding on to that level of our cultural background. And the reason why we are holding on to this, I think there's a statement one professor made when I was in university. He said, "There is no recondite fact of moot reality, that there is nothing more dubious of success or more dangerous to achieve than to introduce a new order in a society. For anybody who tries to do so should be ready to have as his enemy all those who profit from the former existing order." Okay. So our society has not given women the privilege. They have not actually given, before we say that they can't handle this position, we have to give them the privilege. Okay, let a woman become a president, let a woman become a governor, give her the role first before we can now say that these people cannot do it. But so far we have not given them the opportunity because of cultural background. We don't know whether they can or they cannot. So my argument is still based on what I'm still holding on, that the society is the one that is holding them down, and for us to change, we have to fully embrace equality.
Sorry, I need to come in. Society may not be favorable, but they are given the opportunity. Are you getting me? For example, in this place, this locality, you find out that girls have just like the same number of girls. They can equate it with the boys. They have shops, they have businesses. Are you getting me? But who is kind of putting more effort between these two genders? Are you getting me? So I believe that the environment is open for everybody to thrive. Just that girls or women rather, they have this notion from the background, like I said, that they are not supposed to try. So when they just enter the field, they don't give it their very best to perform well. Are you getting me? So I feel that everybody is free to perform. Yeah. Everybody is free. You are free to do whatever you want to do. But is your mind still there? Like, is your mind still, like, is he right for the job? That's what I believe.
Okay, you guys have said two different things. You said society. You said society is giving more privilege. But I feel that society doesn't give women more privilege than the guys do. I know you will not agree with that.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, they don't give women more privilege.
Women.
Yes, because society has already built in women. It's thing in their mentality that it's not even them that is even restricting themselves. It's society that has already built something in them that is making them not want to push, not because they don't want to push.
That giving women
same
pseudo
mentality
privilege.
is
They have
also-
given women pseudo privilege to some extent. They tell them they have given them that much privilege. It's just like we in Nigeria. Let's look at Nigerian politics, for example. From 19 after the death of Agui Ironsi, Nigeria has not produced an Igbo president.
Okay.
Now democracy is open for everybody, but let an Igbo man pick a phone and win. It's the same thing. You are saying yes, it's given to everybody.
Yes, that's
But
what
I feel yes.
Yes,
You understand?
yes,
Just like
Society is still dragging you backward.
yes, it's still dragging you. As an Igbo man, if you are contesting, you know
let's
that
say
it's
let's say
going to
the percentage.
hold you down.
I get the percentage, just
Yes.
like the percentage of a poor man's child
Okay.
to grow faster.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
You cannot really compare it from with the percentage of
man.
the years. Are you
Yeah.
getting? So for an Igbo man to accelerate the office,
Yes.
you need to put more work, more effort. Just like Obama, it's not even till now. It's not possible for a. It's very hard for a black man to accelerate the office.
Mm.
It takes a man that has that mentality of winning, that is very strong. Are you getting? So at night, it's not today now, but by today now, Obama is controlling the economy of US. Are you getting? It's a black man. So it's in the mind. It's in the mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
So our next question is: womanizing / sexual harassment is now normal and has become a thing that is blamed on the woman's lifestyle and looks. What do you think? What do you say? Do you agree with that notion?
Yes and no. Why I would say yes and no is because when it comes to sexualities of a person, sometimes it's something that is natural. Are you getting me? So natural that even when you need to suppress the feeling when it comes, you need to go extra man. Are you getting me? Let me say, for example, a man that is, most men that are even doing this thing that we are seeing, they're not even comfortable with it. That's my thinking. Even when they are coming, let me say they are comfortable, they want to come. I believe it's also the duty of the woman to reject.
Okay.
Because we're living in a free world. Are you getting me? But in any case, let's discuss my own idea. For me, I do not see any benefits
Okay.
in trying to prove yourself by you are married, going after women. I do not see any benefit, because for me it's even a waste of time and resources. Because the greatest factor that you have in business is not even money, but it's time. So, but women, what they demand from you, for me, is time. They demand a lot of time, and this time equates the money. So, I believe as a focused entrepreneur, you should know how to control your sexualities, your feelings, and your urges. It will help you to grow in life. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, for me, the question is women womanizing and has to do with harassment. I think there are two different things. It's womanizing that is the one that is becoming normal. Harassment has always been frowned upon by the society.
One different type of harassment.
Okay.
You know, we have
Clarifying
different.
on what you
Some
mean.
kind of words you say to a woman, so the person can be, you are harassing me,
Yes,
and you
but
may
it's
think,
still
and
frowned upon.
so many people think it's normal, but you can just see me now and be like, damn, you're looking sexy. I feel like you're harassing me because I don't want to be called that. I don't want you to refer me as that. Firstly, you should tell me I'm beautiful, and I'll be like, okay, I'm looking good. But there are some kind of words men say, I don't feel like, why are you angry, or words you say, action you put, not just the raping and all those that are harassment, not just that. There are so many dimensions of harassment. So that is, I said, humanizing and harassing.
Okay. So in general, my own view is, to some extent, one of the when we talk about womanizing, it has to do with, to some extent, what I call male masculinity. Like, prove that you are a man is coming from, not like he said, most men that engage in this thing, and it's true, they don't really want to do it. And I will say it's coming from the environment, the people you spend your time with. Now, if you are a man and you find yourself in a situation that you have involved yourself with many women, you sit around with your friends and you are telling them what you have done, they tend to see you as somebody that is superior, somebody that knows what is happening, somebody that is big, somebody that is sharp. So that is one of the reasons why men engage in it. So to prove that, hey, I'm strong. And we male want to feed on our ego, feed on our pride.
Okay.
That, okay, yes, we are big. I want to sit around my friends and tell them, oh, that person has gone down.
Okay.
So for me, it's the society that has built that. And
so everything now is on society now. It's not you people again.
No. What I'm still saying is, when you sit down with your friends, and all they are talking about, 5 of them, maybe you sat down with 5 people. You are the 6th person there, and everybody is talking about how he has, he has done this, he has done that, and everybody is praising him, him for doing that. Definitely, you feel somehow.
Okay, so this question is out of it.
Okay.
I need to ask. You made mention of peer group, which is basically something that society also frown out. You as a man, you as a girl, you're supposed to have your own decision. You're supposed to be able to stand up for whatever you're doing without peer group. Now, for instance, your child goes to school and comes back and starts smoking, and then it's not like it's because all my friends are smoking, so I felt like I need to be among, or I need to feel like, oh yes, because the same explanation you are giving to me, what would you say to that child? Because you're saying like they need to humanize because
let me get
peers, so it will look like they are not among.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not commending the act.
Okay,
I'm saying this is one of the major cause of this thing.
Okay.
I'm not commending the very act of humanizing. Neither do I support it.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I'm just saying that this is one of, because if you can dictate the cause of something, then we can seek for the solution. If I'm in the midst of 5 persons and they are talking about how they have done this, how many girls I've slept with, and I don't need to admire the father that are praising them. Okay. You understand? Because I will just understand that this is simply trying to feed on your pride. You understand? So I'm looking at the cause of the problem, and that is where we can get to the solution. Okay. If you can just free, it's not something that, or more because you have not slept with so many girls, as such, you are less of a man. You understand? If you can understand that fact, you understand?
So but there's this concept also that if we don't have this kind of men in the society, that it will be difficult for women to kind of
cope.
To cope. So, but I found out that in that sense, these men are contributing almost to something percent of the upkeep of ladies. I don't know, but it's somehow, I don't know. So I don't know if I will direct that question to you. Like, how do you see that? Because I found out, they take care of these men that we're talking about the question. They go far an extent to take care of girls, different girls at the time. So
because they cannot control their sexual.
But the girls are still benefiting from it. So what do you think? Should you stop that very activity, or because if we act it, we know what's going to happen. A lot of girls will not look good. Are you getting? So I don't know if actually you can say something about that.
What you're trying to say is that you support it.
I don't support, and because of like my kind of personalities, a lot of girls are not benefiting from me.
Okay. So
because I know, if let me say I'm into that, girls will be enjoying if I have the money to give to them. Just imagine the number of girls that will be helping their lives. Okay. Are you getting me? But now, if they call it, you are too stingy or you are too economical. So the more we have these men in the society, the more the life standard of a single lady. Are you getting me? I'm not trying to give them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but you know that this mentality you have.
No, I don't have to see. Listen,
this your general view is having. Is what makes people think that once a woman is attaining a stage, is because there is a man behind it.
So I do not say generally. I do not generalize this. I say, that's why I say percentage, and not say all women.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, I understand. Okay. Gender gap between self-employed and employees. Let me explain. Meaning, promotion of men contribute to economic growth, employment, qualification of income, and social inclusion. Women have latent business contribution, and this notion I got it from a website called COD. and you're like, women don't contribute more in a business and in a firm, that's why it affects the promotion of women. Meaning, like, if you have more males in your company, the company tend to grow faster because they will help in finance, they help in their thinking. So do you think this notion is right, or do you think it's wrong?
Okay. I believe in an organization, there is what they call specification. Are you getting me? There are some parts that women specialize. There are some parts also that men specialize. So, peradventure, let's say men specialize more in the upper region of the business. Are you getting me? The MD, the CFO, and the rest. Are you getting me? So, probably the reason why they give them this opportunity, male this opportunity, is because they have their skills. Like I said, they are not emotional. Business has to do with a lot of things. Business is not a bed of roses that you just start growing. I get me. You need to encounter obstacles and the rest. So you need somebody that has the right focus to deal with issues when it comes. So without women in the business, may not even grow well. So we need them
as secretaries.
Yes, sales. No, I'm not saying
sales.
No, don't say that. Yeah. So it's just unfortunate that this specialization is trying to keep me more in the hierarchy. I get him. So let's just understand the nature of this world. Yeah. It's just as in the family, a man takes the responsibility of higher duty than a woman. So that is it. So that is likened to the society and the job sector.
So, Mr. Precious, it's stated that men contribute to economic growth, employment, quality of income, and social inclusion, and women produces less, like their potential is not as of high quality as the men. Do you agree with that?
Yes, to some extent I will agree based on, okay, get my point first. I agree based on the fact that men are being given more opportunity. So as a female, as a guy, for example, I'm a guy, then I'm pushing towards building a business.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of sexual harassment. And in fact, I've met with so many people seeking funds, seeking opportunity. Nobody have told me, come to ANTHONETTE to visit me. Even if you tell me to come to ANTHONETTE, I will come.
Yeah.
Whether you're a male or a female, I will come. Come to ANTHONETTE, so let's discuss. Yes. I will come. But as a female, look at that opportunity. Somebody tells you, oh, the person may not have a bad motive, and he tells you, come to ANTHONETTE to see me. You may not want to go. So those are the things that, like, I will agree that male can perform more because of the opportunities that have been given.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that women that are performing lesser is because they are of lesser quality or of lesser discipline. It's because of the societal barriers that they have. So male tend to perform more.
Yeah, you always talk about society.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, bro. Listen. Apart from this, our little physiological features, bro, they are the same. This gender is just like a mirage. Are you getting me? It is in the mind. Maybe the women, they inherited it from the ancestors. Are you getting me? But I feel that everybody is given the opportunity. I always say it again. Are you getting me? They are given the opportunity. They are being given the opportunity. But sometimes they know, women, they know that this thing is very hard. They want to go to the background. Understand? Wait, sorry to say that. They want to go to the background. Are you getting me? So that they will not feel the pain and the excruciation that comes with growth. Are you getting me? It's not as if God has given you the ability. Look at Oprah Winfrey, Alakija in Nigeria, and the rest are doing well. Nobody told them not to grow. Are you getting me? So it is in the state of mind. If you can get yourself enlightened, you will grow.
Okay, so why I always talk about society, I did sociology, for example.
Okay.
I did sociology, so I studied society in depth. I did a lot of things. I studied philosophy, I studied religion, I did historical background of things. So why if I'm holding on to the society is because of my understanding of historical structure of most communities, not just in Nigeria, not just this thing, or even religions, the way they shape and the positions they put women. For example, there's a verse in the Bible that says women ought not to talk. That what is the woman's the job of a woman speaking? That she should sit at home, or okay, she should keep quiet and ask the husband. The Bible said women should be submissive to their husband. They didn't say men should be submissive to. It said husband, love your wife, but women should be submissive. You see that structure of putting woman at the background. It's a structure. It's not just saying you are at the background. When somebody's at the background, you should ask to some extent, why is the person at the background? Is it that the person just wants to be at the background? So I'm seeing that kind of societal structure that is putting them at the background. Until we overcome this thing, Warren Buffett said, I'm going somewhere, Warren Buffett said, when we give that, the success we have achieved in this world is based on just 50% of full function of a particular gender, which is male. That the society should watch out what will happen when both the full gender, that is both male and female, are given equal opportunity, that the society will be better. So that's my belief.
So, like I said, I wanted to chip in something. Even males also, they have been in that too, in one way or the other. But like I said, this world, society keeps on evolving. Keeps on evolving. Are you getting? So, like you mentioned, you made mention of the Bible. Are you getting me? We are not talking as it stands now. Women, they go to school, attain the same degree that males. Before, they don't do that. In fact, they give them equal opportunity. They go to school, study medicine, become a doctor. In fact, start heading the hospital ahead of you. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Those people that did that, they know what they want. Males also are being caged in one way or the other. So, like I said, I'm not trying to say that it's not true that women are not being marginalized. But in one way or the other, everybody is free.
Okay. I feel like women, we should just try and up our games, because the way you discipline yourself is the way people, to some extent, it's true, the way people will take you. So even if you're in a business, you are running a firm, you are working as at a lower place in a firm, if you have value in yourself, men will not be able to take that privilege. They will want to put you in upper position, and they will not say it's because you don't sleep with manager or you don't. Everybody will be able to testify that no, this woman worked hard to get to this particular position. So I feel women out there, we should just up our game, because men have more privilege to do these things. But women now, to get to that particular space, you need to do more, so that the society will not drag you backwards.
You are telling me in a population of 200 people in Nigeria, Nigeria has never produced a female president from 1960.
They've not produced male.
They have not produced a female vice president. They have not produced a female vice president. You are just telling me that somehow is just anytime they bring the candidates together, all the candidates is always the male that is stopping. Okay, that's just my argument. Okay, because whenever we say people are being given equal opportunity, because there are barriers out there, I'm still asking, why is that the higher you go, the lesser women you see at the top?
That's why we are trying to be truthful in this discussion. We're trying to be truthful.
We are trying to be honest.
Yes.
Now, like I said, men looking at a woman, let's say we want to do gymnastics.
Okay.
We're going to jump. Normally, there's no government, there's no referee. Me and a woman, we should jump. Who will jump better?
You will jump.
No, women.
Wait, sorry.
I think gymnastics is the wrong
let's go to school.
Because men they don't know.
Okay. Sorry. For example, even in school, do you know that women and men are given this opportunity to perform very well in school? But somehow, some people go to the school where they don't even care about gender inequalities. Men perform better than women. Is it not true?
It's not really.
It's not
Education.
Women. Education what?
Women actually. Even when they are married, women actually.
I don't know what you know, but for what I know, check all the words.
If you do all the case study, no, it's not
men
about.
Education is the only sector. One of the sectors that we can use
for this example. Now let me say this: the best graduating students that I've seen so far was, I think, 4 years. It was 2 girls. I think 2 boys. 2 girls, 2 boys. That is both for the 4 years. During my own time, it was a girl. You understand? So when you say, whenever women and male and female are being given equal opportunity, like that of the exam, like that of education, they can both perform equally. Now look at my problem. This is one thing I'm trying to still emphasize on. As a girl, if you are still doing well, somebody can still, a staff or a lecturer can still be looking at you and will tell you something like, hey, please, you need to come, let's discuss something if you want to retain your mark. But as a guy, you have that freedom. You can still just perform well and they will mark your script and give to you.
Next question is, women run smaller enterprises with lower standard and staffs, while men don't. That's roughly half to lower than males' employment and male standard of business and enterprises. Do you agree with that, or what is your take? What do you think?
I will agree on that because it's true, and the reason why it's true is for the ladies. I get it. We still have some men that do that too. Like I said before, the people, not me, society, always refer to them as female male. I get me, because they believe that a man they expect more from a man, just like into the family. A man is supposed to undertake heavy duty in the family. Are you getting me? So women, like I said, you will give them money, a very large amount of money, do a business, give a man a large amount of money, do the same amount of money. You see that man, he will now grow, expand the business, but that man will still remain that place. Nobody came to tell her to regulate the business, but this is just the way they think. So like I said, I want to be truthful in this interview. So I just want to be truthful to myself. There's no way I need to compromise at this stage. That is the nature of their thinking. Like I said, it's from the background. But if you can go to that extra mile to change your mind, you can make an impact. Thank you.
Okay, for me, it's true. I will agree with that particular statement, because the thing about it is this: we're talking about business, so we have to look at the nature of business. Sometimes business, you take a lot of risk. Now, women, when it comes to taking risk, that's one thing about women. Women, they want, the number one thing that somebody was talking about is number one thing a woman is looking for is assurance. She wants to be sure of what she's doing. Whereas in business, most times you are not sure of what you are doing. You are just taking a lot of risk.
Yes.
So women tend to be, sometimes they want to be rational. Okay, let me just say this. Women tend to be more rational than men. And sometimes when you are trying to be too rational, you don't take much risks because you are looking at both what could go wrong. So men sometimes tend to take more risk.
That's why they die more.
So that's also why they die more.
Yes.
That's also why they lose their business more. Women, or the mothers in the village, sometimes you see them, they will not go out of business. They will do that their small shop. They will stay there, train all their children, then they will finish and live the rest of their life. But most male, they will build a big business, buy a car, the next thing they are broke, the next thing they are being arrested, this thing, that, and they are involved in one or two, and their business can just go down. So if you look at the cases of people that have been arrested for engaging in some things, it's mainly male. Females, they tend to be more rational. They look at things. So the ability to be trying to make things more rational, reduce them from taking risk, and that's what business is all about. So that's why I agree.
So you agree that women, their enterprises are usually
lower? Yes, lower. They take lesser risk than men.
You know, to get a very big business, regards the starting small and then you grow, you need money to make money.
It's not likely for the men too.
It's likely for the men, but like we all said, I don't want to really deliberate on it, but as we all said, men are given more privilege to make more money than women. If you also ask me, I'm not going to lie to you. Women are even more opportunity to make more money. But that's not the legal society way to
no,
make money.
I'm telling you
Most
that.
times.
See, based on
this question is based on somebody that is running a business already.
You don't know that running a
so what I'm saying, when you are running a business, it does not just take money to make money.
When we say big enterprise,
yes,
it means big enterprise.
Big enterprise. Now big enterprise.
Kind of.
All of them are the same. From there you grow.
Being wrong by just money, getting money and all these things. We're talking about taking risk. If you see the people, for example, Femi Otedola was talking about how he invested about 20 billion naira to to UBA for UBA to buy, for Tony Melu to
20
own
okay,
20 billion
yes.
to own UBA. Now the question is this: when he was moving from Standard Trust Bank, I think that was the name, to acquire UBA, how many women will walk up to somebody to loan 20 billion? Because women are more rational. Now, had it been that thing went wrong, that guy could have gone down like nowhere.
Nobody.
So it takes that. I think it was Steve Jobs that said, "Is to be able to do this, you have to be crazy. To be able to do this, you have to be crazy." And men tend to be more crazy. That's why also men engage in most things that women don't engage in.
Okay, for a little chip, I just want to come in for the ladies. They are more prone to be successful in business than men. Ask me why.
Why?
The lifeblood of every business is sales, customers. But I found out that this is where they specialize in. That's the truth. They specialize in sales. So for that, they have more opportunity to grow their business. Because if you have customer base, forget about your business is booming. So why is it that even at this point, they know that sales is the lifeblood of every business? They still limit themselves.
I don't
So sorry to say that.
Yeah.
That is why we need the men. Are you getting me? At that hierarchy where they say let's go. Why the women they fetch customers and they get it done. So two of them they work synergically. I don't know how to put it, to make sure that they grow the business. Thank you so much.
Okay. I don't want this thing to be a deliberation. But you said women they specialize on sales, right?
No, I'm not saying with
like
reference to business.
Yeah, I know. I mean reference to business now and sales.
Yes.
Now, do you know the same business women that own business? You guys have your own business. You guys are doing well, and I believe with what you are saying, your sales rep are women because they attract more sales.
No, it's not just sales rep. Okay, let's say this now. We have in Ouscraft investment, we have 4 managers. Out of the 4 managers, 3 are women. So don't say that. No, this is not sales. So when you are talking about Ouscraft is highly focused.
A business owned by just a woman struggling, she does not have so much money, but she's struggling. Do you know men would prefer to give them a huge amount of money that comes with sex than encouraging their businesses?
There is an opportunity too for them. Sorry to say that. Sorry to say that. It's an opportunity because at the end of it all, that woman should have a boyfriend or a fiancé.
So the ones that don't have them.
See, listen. The same woman will still go and get married or even have a boyfriend. Sorry to say that because I don't believe in that. But if that opportunity comes to most times they capture it. Some of our big celebrities, that's how they make their money. It's not as if they want it to, but they use it to climb the ladder. Thank you so much.
So it's right. Yes or no, like it's right.
It's not right.
Okay.
It's not right. Okay. Just as was it President Elsa that said something about some criminals that if you go to the church, somebody can get converted. A criminal or a killer can change.
Okay.
I get me. At that point, you realize that you take the opportunity.
Alright.
Pick the money from the man. Do your life. In fact, marry a man into our own life.
Okay.
And build a good family. Thank you so much.
Okay. We've drawn to a conclusion. But this question must be asked. I believe with whatever we said, you agree to almost everything regarding women being lesser. Yes. So I don't know if this question
I did not say women are lesser. I did not say. I say women are given the opportunity. They are given the opportunity, but their mind is in their mind.
So,
but it's not created by the environment.
Okay.
The society has evolved. Okay. We are in a good, powerful society. At this stage, nobody can stop you.
Okay. So, what do you think? No, let me start with Mr. Precious. What do you think society should do? Because I believe you are more
like a female.
No, you're not like a female.
I'm not more of like a female.
You're encouraging us more.
I'm not. See,
I'm not even encouraging you.
See. Let me say this thing. When we have a feed somebody has studied depth into,
Yeah.
For example, when you're talking about medicine, I can just skip them a little bit. I'm somebody that have done, when it comes to some extent, when it comes to history, I did history very well for 100 and 200 level in Nigeria, history of Nigeria, not just in the whole Africa. I studied all these things. So I understand where things are coming from. So when I'm looking at where we are coming from, where we are, and looking at where we are going to. So I'm not like I'm trying to favor women and saying this. What I'm saying is, when we say free opportunities are being given to people.
So what do you think society should do and the individual should do to eradicate or to reduce? I don't think they can remove it. They can't
reduce it. They can reduce it.
But to really, really reduce it.
Yes.
Because it's not helpful to we the women especially.
Okay. You're asking me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For example, when I got hold of myself, I was self-enlightened. When I knew myself well, I know that yes, famous, they're going to be powerful, regardless. They are going to be so powerful. Like the thing was so burning me that if I see anybody, if I see anybody, I start giving them some talks, motivation, and the rest. The moment I give it to a woman, to them, their life is sure. That's why if you see a woman that enters university year 1, the pride there is bigger than that of Beyonce's pride. Why? Because there's this potential that she will end up probably the VC son. Are you getting it? So it happens. What I'm trying to say is this: it's high time we change our mentality. Are you getting me? We change our mentality. For the girls, are you getting me? I believe it's time to give themselves opportunity to study business.
Yes.
Because the economy now is not favoring the stable markets too well. So they should give themselves opportunity to study because if you don't study what's in the book, you may not know how to run a business. We just run it in that kind of normal standard. Yeah. But if you want to run a business sophisticatedly, go to the book. Yeah. Get motivated and you do well.
Yeah. I like that. It's a pressure.
Okay. The question is, what's the remedy for gender inequality?
Yes, yeah.
For me, first thing is proper education. So the female have to both male and female have to be properly educated to see things from the right perspective, not to see women as lesser, and also for the male not to see also for the female not to see male as they have to be at the higher, why I have to be lesser. So education. Number 2 is women. I think they should give up sense of entitlement that a girl, because you are beautiful, yes, you should just wait for a man to work hard, and definitely if his life is made up, he's not going to respect you that much because he's the one to come and control you. But let's say you have your own thing, you have your own vision that you were driving before you promote and all that, he's going to respect that. So that is number 2. So I'm talking about women should give up their sense of entitlement. Then thirdly, I think this is one thing that I would like for all male to do. I think male, as a guy, stop looking at every female that is coming your way as somebody that you should just take advantage of, mainly purpose for I don't want to use the word, but you want to just sleep with that sexual satisfaction. I think every male, if a female approaches you for opportunity to discuss something with you, just give her the opportunity. If she can't do it, don't use because she's a girl, fling her out. But if she can do it, keep her in. But restrict this thing, because I think it has become a burden on women. They tend to be more careful. I remember if you are just discussing with a girl, you are just telling her, okay, can we go somewhere and discuss more on this thing? She's scared. So I think that's one of the things. If all male can just agree, all of us can just agree and say, hey, male will not be sexually harassing female. I think this thing will go a long way.
You said
will not be, putting that pressure. Imagine that kind of level of consistency. I know of guys that are calling girls for like a year, 2 years. Keep on calling her. You don't know the day she's just going to be emotionally tired, and you just persist in your lies. That's consistency. So I think that is really what is swinging.
It's lies.
It's lies.
Sorry to say that. Yeah. Like I said,
a married man toasting a girl is lying.
I wish I met you before I met my wife.
Like I said, These married men, they have contributed greatly to the society.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Let them contribute. Let them
one.
contribute to the society
Mm.
without
Okay,
asking
okay, yes,
for
that's
a
right. There's one
the
thing I
return
want
of that.
to- yes.
Okay, why don't you, if you want to sponsor somebody in school, do it like a business. Okay, set up a standard. Let her go to the school. It's just like what
Then she will now return the money.
Okay,
No,
yes.
Do you
return.
think that she will agree to return
No,
the money?
if she can't, then don't give somebody an see.
So
the
you
thing
not
is
give
this.
them opportunity again.
I'm not saying they should
So
not be given
it's not as if I see.
in summary, let me get my point
Okay.
clear.
Oh,
Let me get my point clear. If majority of females, for example, a girl told me when she came to apply, like I've had girls that have come to apply in Ouscraft, and I'll be like, I always ask this question: where have you worked, and why did you stop? I've had girls that will be telling me things like, where they were working, they were being sexually harassed, either by the husband of this thing and all that. And if you see them, they tend to be very careful. And I will tell them that in Ouscraft, the environment is different. And I try to focus on that to the point that I don't even allow you as a guy in Ouscraft. You are toasting another girl in Ouscraft. Like, I try to make sure that she has her own freedom, so that it does not look like you are trying to like impose yourself on her. So in my own thinking, this is what I'm just suggesting, that one of the ways, if we can give up that it's not every girl that comes your way, or every fine girl you see, or if somebody is attractive, that's a guy you just have, let me just try myself.
Okay, do you know?
Or let me use the word, let me flex my mouth.
Okay, do you know?
Cannot control
Do you know
yourself.
you can still get married like that? You can still get a wife.
No,
Through that process.
but okay,
You just said that.
genuine
Sorry to say that. You just said in Ouscraft
okay.
that you try your best so that the male and the female will not be that. Do you know that they can get married?
No, it's not like I'm trying my best to hold them down,
Yes, I
but
get
it has
you.
to be built on genuine purpose.
Yes.
Even that
That's what we
aspect.
build on
Do you
genuine
know,
purpose.
in many cases
Mm.
in Lagos, we have seen a scenario where somebody looking for a job and I say go and rent from there, they get married.
I'm not doubting that.
It happens.
Interview by Oprah was interviewing Beyonce, and Beyonce said, before you become somebody else's wife, make sure you have discovered your own life. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying about trying to put in equality, because that's what we are seeking for, equality, is that to some extent women should be able to, they should
Get
discover
a
their
part.
life first.
Yes.
Do you know?
I don't mean
A
money.
man can still help a woman
I'm
to
not
find her
saying
part.
money. I'm saying
It's not
discover
true.
your part first.
It's not
Are you
true.
understanding him?
Yes.
Know
yes,
what you want.
Yes.
I will help you achieve what you
Yes.
want. Same with
Yes.
guys. If as a girl I would not want to meet a boy that does not know what he wants to.
We know a powerful man. My brother, two of us, we know a very powerful man that said with his mouth that it was my wife that made me who I am.
But he had a dream.
No,
the wife
it's a-
supported.
It's-
Help.
No,
But
it
you
said it was the
read
man.
this
The woman
now.
that said the man was here. The woman that said, "Stay here. This is where you're supposed to stay."
But
I
it's
see, I get
rare.
it.
Oh.
I
Some
said,
men, most
so-
men will not listen.
yes,
They are
yes, so-
stubborn. So, in conclusion, it's obvious that the two Ouscraft brothers have different opinions. Mr. Famous here, which believes that women are given so much opportunities, but because of the society and because, in quotes, they feel they are lazy, so they are hiding under the influence of society, is not giving them opportunities, so that they won't do better. But Mr. Precious over here, just his opinion is totally different because he feels that the society is being cunning by making decisions or showing to the air that, oh, we are giving women privileges, but low-key injuring the women from doing better, because they will say it's open to everyone, the job is open to everyone, but the manager, the people in charge, the press, the government, they will locally distinguish the women from the males. So in conclusion, I would say women work harder so the society would see that yes, they will not have any reason to want to withhold you. And males as well, the men, they should try their best to hold themselves from these things that society are saying that they are having against women. They should try and work on their I don't know, mentality, or work on their part, so they will not have to affect the women or put the women down from going to that, pushing to that aim that they want to get to. I want to give a bonus question. This is a general argument people have. What do women bring to the table, and what do men bring to the table, or what do women bring to, do you think, just yes or no, do you think women bring nothing to the table in a relationship?
They bring a lot to the table.
do you think women bring?
They bring a lot.
Like
they bring money.
Women bring money.
Yes, now.
Okay, what do women bring?
Women bring money as well. They bring money. They bring
All right.
everything.
We are done.